Well, we're on to number 275 in the Masters of Cinema series, and the second film from the Andrzej Zulawski set, The Devil. Surely can't be any crazier than his first film. This second film of his, released in 1972, is even more crazy. A psychotic, taboo-shattering, mesmeric, violent, bonkers film literally kicks off and never lets go with this crazy filmmaking, with wild score, debaucherous content. This just moves along and is shocking yet again. Set in the late 1700s, during an invasion of Poland, we follow Jakub, a young man who's freed from jail by a kind of stranger dressed in black. Now he takes Jakub and a nun and flees this place, trying to find out a list of Jakub's co-conspirators, because he seems to be a criminal of sorts. We find out why throughout the film.
Ojciec paniczu nie żyje sobie. Nie żyje. Już 2 tygodnie nie żyje. Kula zniosła mu wierzch czaszki.
And we kind of watch the man in black and the nun watching over Jakub as he traverses the countryside, looking for his co-conspirators, the people that were there with him, to find out what happened to them in their life. Along the way, as you do, he becomes a murderer of many people throughout the film, with, some severe, shocking ramifications. Now this one, I feel, has a better kind of grasp of a story than the third part of the night, but it's very faint, but it is there.
Szkoda rąk.
This has all kinds of crazed moments of people screaming emotively into the camera as horrible things are done to them, as we see our main character lose his grasp on sanity. Jakub is a man who is literally torn apart by his imprisonment, the ramifications of his actions, how it has affected everyone in his life, for the good or worse, and he is torn apart by this, becoming a killing lethal machine. Now, I kind of like the aspect of this one. The thematics are kind of there. I feel as if I've got a better grasp of this movie. With the nun and the man in black, you feel as if it's good and evil vying for the soul of this man, fighting for him, trying to get him to come to either side, and watching someone tear their soul and life apart. But it has, as the first movie did, these frenetic sequences of crazed meanderings, of attacks, of assault, of brutality. The production design, the score, the cinematography is just stunning. It feels like a huge, grandiose effort. We feel as if we're literally going across a war-torn country where people are starting to lose any kind of morals that they may possibly have had, and the brutality that almost punctuates every scene as well is ferocious and horrific. There are other things in this as well, as we see Jakub reconnecting with family members, with almost connecting a little bit too much with his mother at one point, which I won't get into. Several of the incestuous subplots that dive into this one. The devil almost ups the ante on a film that I felt could not have been more abrasive, more frenetic, more shocking, yet somehow the devil has done it while keeping a tighter grip on a narrative of sorts. It still feels free-flowing, but yeah, this one shows off the lovely countryside. It shows off the brutality of war. It focuses on the pain that people can feel, as we see real emotion being ripped from people on this film. This was another one that deeply affected me. Now, I had gave myself a couple of days between the third part of the night before diving into the devil, but I don't think anything could have prepared me for another one of these soul-crunching films that show you the worst in humanity. Or I feel like that in The Devil anyway.
Tylko tutaj cofamy się wstecz do czystego początku, bo w ten sposób można przekreślić zło, które było.
This is chaos and corruption overrun. I like The Devil. I like the third part of the night. I just feel like they are such strange experiences of films. Very hard to talk about, very hard to communicate my thoughts. I feel I'm a little bit all over the place with this one, and another one that was deeply shocking and I will be thinking about for a long while to come. Let's dive into the extras and have a look to see what was on this disc. Here we are in the disc for The Devil. This has one notable special feature again. We have Michael Brook talking about the film, talking about Polish horror films and how this was written before the third part of the night, and how Zulawski is more abrasive than that movie. I kind of like the fact that he focuses on some other films as well. I'm particularly interested in seeing Canal after this one. It's a great extra, and at 18 minutes 18 seconds opens up a whole lot of information about the director and about the making of this film. There we have it. The Devil, the second part of the Andrzej Zulawski set. I think I'm going to have to give myself more time before I hit the sci-fi opus on the Silver Globe, which I've heard nothing but great things about, and I'm looking forward to delving into. Again, I'm expecting more of the same now of the sort of films that he's creating. I'm so glad that Eureka put this set out, because I really do feel that it is something very unique. So there we have it. I'd love to know your thoughts on The Devil. Let me know in the comment box below whether you loved it, hated it, fell somewhere in the middle. Can't wait to read your comments on this one. And as always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to the Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, all ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.